honestly don't know why I bother with this anymore if everybody else seems to have given up on it. I mean, if you guys didn't want to make videos or anything anymore, at least tell somebody so that we don't, expect things. I'm just a little bit frustrated because I don't really get to talk to you guys very much anymore because it seems like when I try and call or text or whatever, you guys are all busy with your college stuff, and a lot of times this is all I get to hear from you, and then you guys just stopped, and I'm sorry, it's just frustrating. I'm sorry, but I'm just a little bit frustrated because of multiple things. First of all, we got The Fault in Our Stars. It's a signed copy. And it's a blue signature right there. And to be perfectly honest, this book is slightly harder for me to read than a lot of other John Green books just because I just have trouble dealing with the issue of death in general. I don't know why I have so many problems dealing with thinking about death and the consequences of the thereafter and things like that, which is obviously a big concept in a book about 2 cancer survivors. I mean, you could argue that it's because Wheaton Academy, we had one kid die of leukemia, and I was there when a person got killed in a car accident, and when another woman, and when the teacher died, and arguably, she didn't die, but Lexi did lose her leg, and I think that sort of counts as thinking about it, because, she was awfully close. We heard about how risky a lot of her surgeries were. But it was something even before that. I remember the first time I thought about death in any kind of context like that. It was actually when I was visiting a church. It was the first church that I had visited, and they were having their baptism service, and they were talking about rebirth and all of that, and all of a sudden I just freaked out. I had to leave, and I was panicking for over an hour, and they couldn't even tell me what I was thinking, and I don't want to tell you what I was thinking because I don't want to go back to whatever caused me to freak out for over an hour. I found out that I'm going to have to make a video on Valentine's Day, and you guys all know that I get really, really bitter on Valentine's Day. After all, I was the one who made the very temporary tradition of, on Valentine's Day, eating tacos because it's the only thing you can't eat and look sexy while doing it, and watching Chronicles of Narnia because it's the only movie we could think of that was appropriate for everybody and didn't have a romantic subplot anywhere. But this year on Valentine's Day, I'm just fully going to be alone. I don't have anybody to spend time with here, really. And some people argue that that's my own fault because I had a boyfriend and I broke up with him. And I've had other prospects and I've dated other guys, but I just couldn't see going further with any of that just for a variety of reasons, but main reasons being that a lot of them don't respect me, and to be honest, I'm still hung up on a guy from high school. And that leads me to the most frustrating part of this, is that I've been thinking a lot about it lately, especially given certain events that transpired over winter break, and I realized I'm not over the guy that I liked in high school as much as I want to be. Do you have any idea how frustrating it is to be surrounded by people, to be in a place that relatively accepts you more than anybody else did, and still be stuck on a guy that from high school? And as much as I think he's worth it, it's just I can't deal with it anymore. And this is the kind of thing I'd talk to you about on the phone, except that none of you answer your phone and reply to anything, and I just am really frustrated right now. And I know that I am not being very polite, and I know that I am not being a nice person right now. I know that I am being a mean person, but that is how I feel, and I'm saying how I feel, and that is the end of that. So anyway, part of that Valentine's Day thing was just to warn you that I am going to be making a video on Valentine's Day, and I will be as bitter as ever, so if I say anything especially weird or sad or anything like that, that's just me because of Valentine's Day. Just reminds me about how I screwed up with the one guy that I actually liked. I just screwed up royally and now it's never going to happen. I understand that you guys are all busy, but I just need a friend right now. And that's all. I'm not going to be making a video next week. I'm telling you this ahead of time. I am giving you warning so that you don't depend on me for something and then not follow through. I do realize I'm also being rude now, but whatever. The fact of it is I am going to be on a boat with my mother, who I do not see very much, and I am going to be spending time with her and being with her alone for the first elongated period of time since I was a freshman in high school, and there is not going to be internet access on the boat, and even if there was, there isn't video editing software, and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want me uploading videos to the internet from the boat, and anyway, it's my freaking vacation, and deal with it because I am finally going to get a break for once in my life. I'm having a lot of personal issues, and I always feel bad, and I just can't really deal with this anymore.